Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So in today's video we will take some questions from CSI and NET, and on the basis of these questions we will develop our concept on isothermal and adiabatic expansion and compression. We will discuss about Carnot cycle, its efficiency of working of refrigerator, and the relationship between heat capacities. Different relationship we will deal, and we will also discuss the different relationship for internal energy. So first we will take a question from December 2019. So the question was, 1 mole of a perfect monoatomic gas is put through the cycle shown in the figure. The total work in joule done during the cycle is, and all the necessary parameters are given here. So what is the work? We have discussed in first part that work is not a state function. It is not a state function, means it depends on the path followed. Means we can calculate the work by the area of this graph. Okay, because it depends on the path, therefore we can use this area to determine the amount of work done. You can divide this graph into two halves. Like, you can calculate the area of this square first. Suppose this is E, and I will write here F and G. So you can determine the area of this graph WABDE. Okay, you can directly calculate using this difference in P and difference in V. So the difference in P is 1 bar, and difference in V is 23.24 liter. So it is bar into liter. So this work is done by the gas, therefore this will be negative work. Next part is the area of this BE. It is W1 and it is W2. So W2 is equal to, this work is also done by the system. So we will put a negative sign here, and we have formula for this, minus nRT log n V2 over V1. So V2 is final volume and V1 is initial volume. So we have N is equals to 1 here for 1 mole. We will put the value of R here, that is 8.3, and the value of temperature is not given here. Okay, so first we will write it as it is. Then we have log N, and V2 is our final volume, that is 92.96. 92.96, and initial volume was 46.48. Now we have to calculate this T. Suppose the T is the temperature at this point B. Okay, so we can use this formula. V is equals to nRT, because it is acting as a perfect monoatomic gas, so we can use this equation of ideal gas and we can determine the temperatures. Temperature is equals to PV upon nR. P is pressure, that is 2 bar at this point B, and volume is 46.48 liter, and N is equals to 1, and we will write R as it is. Now we will put this value in this equation. So we will get W is equals to minus 8.3. We will write it as R. We will not place the value of R here also. Now we will put the value of T. 2 into 46.48 upon R. Log N, and we have here 2. When we will solve it, we will get minus 65.072 liter bar. Now this W2. This W2 is the work for this complete cycle BCGF. It is not for BEC, and we want to calculate it for BEC. Therefore we will subtract the work or the area under ECFG from this W2. So first we will calculate this area WECFG. It is again a rectangle, so we will take the area 1 into minus P is 1 and V is the difference of 92.96 and 46.8. So it will come out 46.48. Now we will subtract W. We will first find out W2 net is W2 minus WECFG. So this value is minus 65.072. We will place the value of negative here, and this work is also negative 46.48. So this value is equal to minus 18.592. So this is the work for this BEC curve, and we have this area also. So we will sum up these two. So this will be your correct answer. So in this question, you can identify the work for a reversible process. It is value of work for a reversible process. If you want to find out the work for irreversible process, then you will use this type of formula, P into dV. Okay, and the irreversible work can be put into two categories. First is free expansion. Free expansion means the external pressure is zero. There is no external pressure, so work done will also be zero. But if you have a certain amount of external pressure, then you will use this formula, W is equals to minus P external dV. You will use this formula. Minus means the work is done by the system. And if you have positive work, means work is done on the system by the surrounding for the positive work. Similarly, for heat, if the heat is absorbed by the system, then it will be positive, and if heat is released by the system, then it will be negative. Negative, you can easily remember it by this, that heat is released, so heat is reduced from the system, so it will be negative. And when a system will absorb some amount of heat, the heat will be added into the system, so heat will be positive in nature. So negative and positive sign is very important. Then we will move to our next question. This question is from June 2019. The question was, a sample of 2 mole of oxygen, assumed it as ideal gas, at 500 Kelvin is expanded from 5 liter to 50 liter under adiabatic and reversible condition. The change in its internal energy is close to. So in this question, they are talking about adiabatic reversible condition. Adiabatic reversible condition means the heat exchange, the change in Q is zero. Adiabatic condition means heat change is zero, and you know the formula for it is a first thermodynamic equation, that dq is equal to du minus w. So when dq is zero, the change in heat is zero, then internal energy will be equal to work done. These two will become equal to each other. And if we are talking about an ideal gas, then for an ideal gas, this du is equal to NCV dt. How we will calculate it? The value of internal energy. Internal energy depends on two things, temperature and volume. Okay, and from this you can find out, because it is a state function, therefore du will become du over dt at constant volume dt plus du over dv at constant temperature dv. And this function du over dv is 0 for ideal gas. It is from Joule's experiment that when we are expanding a gas under isothermal conditions, then its internal energy change will be 0. So I have explained about this Joule experiment and Joule-Thomson experiment in my course on thermodynamics on Unacademy, so you can watch it over there. Okay, so I will simply explain here that du over dv, it is 0 at constant temperature for ideal gas. It is for only ideal gas. So in that case, du will become equal to du over dt at constant V dt, and this value, that du over dt, is equal to Cv, heat capacity at constant volume. Okay, and if we have dH over dt at constant P, it is equals to heat capacity at constant pressure. So we are talking here about heat capacity at constant volume. So this will become your equation, and if we are talking about n number of moles, it will become NCV dt. So we will use this formula here. Okay, so but for this, first we have the value of temperature. Why we need temperature here? That if you will expand this equation, it will become mCv T2 minus T1. When we are expanding a gas, under adiabatic condition, then heat exchange is zero. When heat exchange is zero, then the work done by the system will be the energy needed to do a work will be taken from its internal energy. The only source of energy is internal energy of a gas, and if you are using internal energy of a gas, its temperature will automatically decrease. Okay, so we need a final temperature. So how we will get this temperature? We know that for adiabatic processes, we have this formula Tv gamma minus 1 is equal to, it is a constant value. Okay, one form equation is this. We can also use Pv gamma is equals to constant, and we can use another formula Tp1 minus gamma is constant. So here we are using Tv gamma minus 1. So initial temperature is T1 V1 gamma minus 1 is equals to T2 V2 gamma minus 1. So how we will get the value of gamma? We have the value of Cv here. So gamma is Cp over Cv, and the value of Cp is Cp minus Cv is equals to R for ideal gas. So the value of Cp will become Cv plus R. So from this equation, it will become 5 by 2 R plus R. So it will become 7 by 2 R, and gamma will become 7 by 5. Okay, this is one form of calculation. You can also calculate the value of gamma for monoatomic and diatomic polyatomic gases, and you can use different degree of freedom. So you can also watch this chapter about degree of freedom in my course. Okay, next let's come back to this question. So gamma is equals to Cp over Cv, and it is equal to 7 by 5, and we have T1 here as 500, V1 is 5 liter, and V2 is 50. Gamma minus 1, 7 by 5 minus 1 is equals to 2 by 5, and it is equal to T2. So when you will solve this equation, you will get T2 is equal to 200. Now we will use this value of T2 in our equation, this one. So value of N is 2, Cv is 5 by 2 R, and T2 is 200 minus 500. Then you will solve this, you will get minus 12.5 joule. So this will be your internal energy change. That is answer number 2. Next we have this question. This is from again June 2019. So what was the question? A non-ideal gas follows this equation. The gas equation for non-ideal gas is given. B is a function of temperature only. The deviation in internal energy from that of an ideal gas U minus U ideal is given by. The equation of internal energy is du over dV. Okay, so now we will place the value of dP over dt from this equation. We have the value of P here. It is, so first we will take differentiation of this pressure with respect to temperature at constant V. Okay, so this is the value of dV over dt at constant P. Now we will place this value in this equation. So we will get du over dV at constant temperature is equals to T, and we will put the value of P here also. So P is equal to this RT So when we will solve this equation, we can cut these two factors and we have this one only. So du over dv at constant t is equal to rt square vm square dv over dt. So now we want to find out the value of u, therefore we will integrate this equation. So when we will solve it, we have u for non-ideal is equal to minus rt square over vm dB over dt at constant v, and this value is in the value of du over dv is at constant t, it is 0 for ideal gas. Okay, you can solve it directly for ideal gas, that when you will place the value of p here, you will get rt over v at constant v minus p. So it will become rt v minus p, and it is also equal to p, so you will get 0. So value of u ideal is 0, so you will get this value directly. So it is in option 2. This will be your correct answer. Next question is from December 2019. So the question was Cp minus Cv for non-ideal gas differs from Cp minus Cv for a perfect gas by the expression. So for this question you have to remember this equation: Cp minus Cv is equal to T dP over dt at constant volume and dV over dt at constant pressure. You have to always remember this equation only, then you can modify it in various equation. So I will tell you other form of this equation here also. So for conversion of other form, you can convert this dP over dt in the form of dV over dt and dt over dP. How you will convert it? You can use cyclic equation. Cyclic form of this equation is dP over dt, dt over dP and dV over dt is equals to -1. Okay, so you can use this form of equation and then you can convert it into other forms. But for this question, we want the equation in terms of internal energy. So you can decide the conversion on the basis of your demand. Here we have internal energy term in all the options, so we will try to convert it into internal energy term. So we know that internal energy du over dV, the first equation of thermodynamic state is du over dV at constant t is equal to T dP over dt at constant v minus p. So I would suggest you only to remember three type of equation: this equation, the first equation of thermodynamic state and second equation of thermodynamic state. Then you can solve a number of questions. So now we can place the value of dP over dt from this equation into this one. So how you will do this? So we will put this value into this equation, and first we will convert it into for ideal gas. For ideal gas, this equation is only P, because this term is 0 for ideal gas. So this value for ideal gas will become only P. And for real gas, we will take this complete value. So I will write it like this: Cv minus Cv for non-ideal gas minus Cp minus Cv for ideal gas is equal to. So we will get this equation, and when we will solve it, we will get, so we can cut these two equations, these two functions, and we will get this one as final answer, and it is in option 2. So this will be your correct answer. Then we will move to next question, and this is the figure below describe how a Carnot engine works, and it starts from adiabatic compression step denoted by. So this question is about Carnot engine. So first we will take Carnot cycle, how Carnot cycle work. So it is a standard graph between pressure and volume for Carnot cycle, and it involves 4 steps. First step is this one, it is isothermal expansion process. I will denote it by IE. Next step is adiabatic expansion. So you know that the curve is more steeper for adiabatic expansion than isothermal expansion. And how you can find out which one will be more steeper? You can use my course on thermodynamics. And the next process is isothermal compression. And the last step, DA, is adiabatic compression. So it involves 4 steps. And this cycle, this Carnot cycle, tells us the maximum conversion of heat into work. How we can maximally convert heat into work. Okay, and the efficiency of this cycle is denoted by eta, and it is equal to minus W upon QH. QH is the heat given by source. Okay, and it is equal to minus 1 minus TC. TC is your sink, the temperature of sink, divided by TH, temperature of source. So this is the equation for efficiency of Carnot cycle. Now we will come back to a question. So this graph is between volume and pressure. Okay, so if you can directly understand it by this, you can use this, or another simple method is you can rotate this graph. Suppose I can write it like this: pressure and volume. Now this curve become like this. Okay, and this will be my point C, this is B, this is A, and this is D. So a step which involves isothermal expansion is your this one, isothermal expansion. This is adiabatic expansion, and this one will be your, so this will become your adiabatic expansion. Then this process will be isothermal compression process, and this will be adiabatic compression. So the question is adiabatic compression step is denoted by BC. So this will be your correct answer. Next we will move to our next question. The minimum work required by an engine to transfer heat 5 joule from a reservoir at 100 Kelvin to one at 300 Kelvin. So the work is equal to, so in this question they are talking that minimum work required by an engine to transfer this heat from a reservoir at 100 Kelvin means we are transferring heat from a reservoir of lower temperature to a reservoir which is at higher temperature. So this is opposite to the Carnot cycle, and it is working of a refrigerator. Okay, we can understand it by working of refrigerator. In refrigerator, we have a reservoir at low temperature and it abstracts heat from the vegetables and other sources in the refrigerator which are at higher temperature. It keeps abstracting heat from these sources and keeping them cool. So the working of refrigerator is almost opposite to that of Carnot cycle, and efficiency of refrigerator is given by coefficient of performance beta, and this beta value is equal to QC over W is equal to TC over TH minus TC. Okay, so this is the equation. This 5 joule heat is transferred from, and we want to find out this work, and TC is at 100, 300 minus 100, and this comes out as 10 joules. So this will be your answer, B, second option. Next we will move to our next question, and this question is U is a function of volume and temperature. du over dt at constant pressure is equal to, we have to find out this equation. Okay, and we have this pi and alpha. Pi is internal pressure and alpha is coefficient of thermal expansion respectively. So how we will solve this question? So we will use first thermodynamic equation of a state for this. Du is equal to du over dt at constant V dt plus du over dV at constant T dV. Now we will differentiate this du with respect to T at constant pressure. So it will become, so this equation is equal to Cv, and this is this will be cancelled out, and du over dv at constant temperature is denoted by pi. Pi is internal pressure, and the value of pi is 0 for ideal gas, and its value for real gas is equal to A over V square. So we can calculate this value easily. First we will write this value here, and now we have this dV over dt at constant P, and we know that alpha is equal to 1 upon V dV over dt at constant P. So this value will become equal to alpha V. Cv plus pi alpha V. So this will be your correct answer in option 4. Now we want to find out the value of internal pressure for real gas. So internal pressure is du over dB at constant T. So for this we will use this first thermodynamic equation of a state, and we will place the value of pressure from this equation of real gas, and we can place this value of P here and here. So we will get it. We will first differentiate it with respect to T. So this term will become 0, and we have only here R V minus V, and here we have RT V minus V plus this minus, and this minus will become plus A over V square. So when you will multiply it here, these two terms can be cancelled out, and we have A over V square. So value of internal pressure is A over V square for real gases and 0 for ideal gases. So I will end today's video here. I hope I am able to tell you many concepts of thermodynamics. So thank you so much for watching. Please like my videos and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.